Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support the statement of the President. And as I rise to support, I would like to single out a few issues that I identified with as a leader. Issues to do with the effort the government is doing in turning around the economic performance of our economy. The issues raised with respect to support given to fish sector, maize sector, tea sector, coffee sector, rice sector, potato sector, cotton sector, milk sector, among others. However, Mr. Speaker, even though this is a statement of the President and a government statement, where I stand, the government stands in the interpretation of the government in my head starts with the people I represent. That is the people of Northern Kenya. And as such, the entire region of the Asals, the people of Northern Kenya, were left out when you know very well that 3 consecutive years we've had devastating drought situation that has wiped out the livestock, which is the mainstay of the economy of the population of Northern Kenya, literally completely affecting the livelihood of that region. Now, Mr. Speaker, sir, as I support, I also need to identify a few issues that really did not identify very well with me and as a leader from the region. Mr. Speaker, while writing off of debt in billions have been discussed for various sectors, including the sugar industry and others, and which I support and applaud. But I am a bit concerned and extremely pained to get to find out that within the 14 months the government is in existence, the issue of devastating drought that wiped out the economy of that region has not been addressed, even to a minute extent. Mr. Speaker, sir, the President discussed the issue of Hustler Fund. It is a very noble undertaking that has largely impacted positively on the population of this region. However, Mr. Speaker, sir, the population I represent and other leaders represent are predominantly Muslims, and they shy away from getting access to any fund that attracts interest because of their faith. The Hustler Fund has not been appropriately adapted to address and so that an equal opportunity for the population of the entire country is availed for them to be able to take advantage of it. Mr. Speaker, sir, I applaud the efforts taken by the President in changing the entry requirements for the teachers training colleges in this country. As you are aware, Mr. Speaker, Northern Kenya has really been faced by perennial mass exodus of teachers as a result of insecurity and susceptibility to terror shocks. And as a result of the action of the President, Mr. Speaker, I want to stand here to confirm that Mandera Teachers Training College was able to instantly recruit 644 students who joined Teachers Training College, meaning for the first time in 11 years of devolution, we see light at the end of the tunnel that the susceptibility to terror shocks by the teachers training, the teachers sector, the teaching sector in our schools is going to be addressed and put to rest in the next couple of years. Hopefully, that is not going to be affected by what's happening. Mr. Speaker, the speech was very elaborate. It has captured many sectors, and I stand to support. However, I also stand here to discuss on the issue of 60 years after independence. Counties like Mandera are still undergoing power rationing. And that has not been discussed for what this government is going to do or was planning to do in terms of addressing, whether it is by way of mini grids or connection to the national electricity grid, so that the privileges and opportunities enjoyed by the rest of the country is also availed to the region, like Mandera and other areas that undergo power rationing. Mr. Speaker, from time to time it has been discussed by the former president, the current president, on the issue of industrialization. But there are enablers of industrialization that need to be facilitated by the government. Two of those enablers is the road infrastructure, connecting that region to the national road network. The other enabler is connection to the national electricity grid, so that the price of power is equal or closely matches the national average in this country. And Mr. Speaker, it's very sad that as we speak, Mandera County is undergoing power rationing 60 years after independence as it is, and equalization fund that was doubted to address that has not been implemented. Even the appropriated equalization fund of 2022-2023 has not been credited to equalization fund account as it is, and as such we continue suffering with that situation. Mr. Speaker, sir, just today on the platform, the information platform of Gate 411, it was announced that CS Kindiki, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and Coordination of National Government, announced as today, what is reported, not unreported, 46 people have been lost to flash floods from the ongoing El Nino devastation that is ongoing. Mr. Speaker, sir, as we stand to listen to the President, and it's very unfortunate the President was misinformed, and he stood up to say that El Nino is no more, and I know the head of Meteorological Department has apologized for that misinformation. However, in the State of Nation address that is supposed to touch and create and give hope to population of this country, roads have been cut off in regions where we come from. And flooding has really affected hundreds of thousands of the population in our region as a whole. And the President's speech fell short of creating hope and discussing the impact that El Nino phenomenon is causing in our region. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to support the entire speech as I share the gaps in the speech. And thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.